Hello, Pewter people. Scott Reynolds here with another Pewter Pulse. Help is on the way for the Buccaneers. No, I don't mean with a trade at the trade deadline, unfortunately. I don't think general manager Jason Light is going to be making any trades this year. So, aside from players like Mike Evans and Jamel Dean coming off of injured reserve after the bye week in a few weeks, what am I talking about when I say that help is on the way for Tampa Bay? Well, I will address that in just a moment. But first, your reminder to hit the like button, give us a thumbs up, also leave a comment. Doing those two things helps us with the YouTube algorithm, gets us in front of more awesome Bucs fans like you. Thank you very much. Now, let's talk about how there is help on the horizon for the 4-4 Buccaneers. If you have taken a peek at the Bucs schedule after the bye week, it's pretty favorable. Next up for Tampa Bay is a Monday night game at Kansas City in which the Bucs are heavy underdogs, followed by another tough game at home against the 49ers. Do you like Todd Bowles versus Andy Reid or Kyle Shanahan? No, I don't either. I think he gets outcoached by both Reid and Shanahan, and the Bucs unfortunately enter the bye week with a 4-6 record. But help is on the way after the bye week when Tampa Bay travels to New York to play the Giants, who are awful this year. That kicks off 7 straight weeks of winnable games for the Bucs. Of Tampa Bay's remaining games after the bye week, the team only faces one opponent with a winning record right now, and that is the Chargers out in LA in week 15. That's right, the Bucs play 2 road games against the 2-6 Giants and the 1-7 Panthers before a home game against the 2-6 Raiders. Then it's 2 road games against the 4-3 Chargers and the 3-4 Cowboys. Those 2 might present the biggest challenges for Tampa Bay down the stretch. Then it's 2 division games at home against the 1-7 Panthers and the 2-6 Saints. Even if Tampa Bay wins most of the games after the bye week, I have a feeling that Saints game could be a problem for the Bucs. The Saints just seem to play the Bucs better in Tampa Bay than they do in New Orleans for some reason, where the Buccaneers got a win just a few weeks ago. The combined record of Tampa Bay's opponents down the stretch is just 15-39 right now, heading into week 9. The Bucs currently have a better record than 6 of their 7 opponents after the bye week, and of course that could change if 1 or 2 of these teams get hot and go on a winning streak in November or December. That's what the Bucs did last year to make the playoffs. So there is hope for a similar finish that the Bucs experienced last year when the team went 5-1 down the stretch and wound up with a 9-8 record from that 4-7 start. If Tampa Bay is 4-6 at the bye and somehow goes 7-0 after the bye week and gets to 11-6, they're going to make the playoffs, possibly as the NFC South champion once again, as long as Atlanta finishes 10-7 or worse. If the Bucs go 6-1 after the bye week, then it gets dicey because then the team will be 10-7, and if the Falcons are 10-7, then Atlanta wins the division because they have the tiebreaker, because they had the season sweep of Tampa Bay. Is 10 wins enough to grab a wild card spot in the NFC this year? I don't know. It's too early to tell. But what I do know is that every team right now in the NFC North has a winning record, and that doesn't help Tampa Bay. It feels like that Week 18 game versus the Saints could be a real difference maker, a game where the Bucs either win the division or they don't. They go to the playoffs or they don't. Or perhaps that's the game where the team decides to make a change at head coach for next year if the Bucs miss out on the postseason. Or if they don't, Tampa Bay makes the playoffs, and then Todd Bowles keeps his job. If the Bucs have a losing record coming out of the bye week, well, help is on the way. 11 wins is still mathematically possible, even if this team starts off 4-6. 10 wins isn't out of the equation. 9 wins certainly seems doable, doesn't it? But if Todd Bowles can't fix this defense, his job will be on the line. And some of these supposed easier games down the stretch, well, they may not be so easy after all. What is easy is checking out Pewter Report TV, our YouTube channel, and hitting that subscribe button. It's real easy. It's free. Just hit the button. Also, turn on your notifications. Every time we come out with a new video, you'll get a notification to come check it out. So for more Pewter Pulse videos, Pewter Report podcasts, Pewter pregame shows, Pewter game day shows, and all 22 breakdowns, make sure you visit Pewter Report TV. And also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram at Pewter Report. And pewterreport.com is where you're going to find all the breaking news, inside scoop, injury updates, transactions, our game columns and game analysis, and everything else you need to know about your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I'll be back soon with a new Pewter Pulse.